Hey, no eating me. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I completely transformed the goopy, nasty interior in my BMW F10 and completely restored basically everything in there. So this whole project cost me around $100, and I'm really excited because this video we're gonna do a little bit different, where I sit here and kind of narrate how it went, rather than most of my videos where we go through and do the whole project together. But I'm starting to feel like I'm very like ADHD, because I'll start trying to explain something and then I start trying to explain something and then I start trying to explain something and it doesn't ever go very smooth. So we're gonna be trying this. So in order to restore your BMW's interior, the first things you gotta do is go through and find every piece that's worn down or that you want to fix. The biggest one, if you are a BMW owner, you'll know the goopy door handles. Over time, these door handles seem to melt for some reason, and it causes you to go from being confident getting in and out of your badass BMW to feeling like someone pranked your door handles. Aww. And it's not a good feeling. So the fix for this is honestly pretty easy. I got a whole new set off Amazon for 35 bucks, and it feels so wrong, but I've been loving getting car parts from Amazon. I'd probably recommend not getting like actual engine parts from Amazon, but the fact that some of this stuff actually fits well and I can get it delivered in 2 days is sick. So the first order of business in my interior was obviously getting those door handles taken care of. So you gotta remove the door panel. In my case, on this car, I had to remove the like wooden trim and then the piece where the door handle, where you pull on it. And then there was 2 hidden T30s behind there. And then after those, you just go around the whole door. It's got little clips. So you just pull towards you and it comes off. It's kind of hard, but honestly, if this stuff scares you, and it scared me a lot at first, but the biggest thing is just experience. The more that you do this stuff, the more comfortable you'll get with it. And that's kind of what I'm starting to realize is, before I would watch 10 videos on how to do this and then I would be scared while I'm doing it. But at this point, you just kind of pull on it, and if it breaks, you'll probably just break some clips that you can get new clips and put back on. Obviously, you don't want to break anything extra because you don't want to replace anything you don't have to. But there's a million videos of basically every car you can search on YouTube how to take this door panel off, and it'll show you. So once we have our door panel and the 500 connectors on the back of it unplugged, we can take off. Like I said, on my case, it was 2 screws on the bottom, 2 on the top, and then the door handle piece comes off. But for me, I'm gonna go an extra step further. Like I said, we're not just replacing the goopy door handles, we're trying to like completely restore everything in this interior that needs restored. So what I'm gonna be doing, and partially because those plastic like welded rivets scare me, so I kind of wanted to do this just to give myself a little bit more experience with them and a little more confidence working with them. And also, I've always wanted to be able to dye leather because I have so many custom interior projects I would love to do, but I haven't really messed with dyeing leather and don't know the good types of leather dye. So this, I wanted to test some out. So what I did is almost all of in the door panel where you rest your arm, that was all worn down on this car. And then the center console was also super nasty and worn down. So I took every piece that I could find that was worn down out of the car. So as for removing the plastic welded areas, what I did was I found a drill bit that kind of fit in there, and I put it to them and they kind of just broke off, which was really nice. So then I could pull the piece out, and I'll show you guys later the way that I'm gonna reinstall these. And I am testing this leather dye, also from Amazon. I don't know why I got black. By the time it got here, I realized all of the pieces I was coloring were beige, and they actually had a beige option of this, but we ended up with black. So I'm dyeing all my pieces in black. So what I did to dye this stuff is I went through with rubbing alcohol and scrubbed everything down as good as possible. I wanted to get in all like the crevices and everything to make sure there's no dirt that this stuff's just gonna sit on and then flake off. Once I got everything clean, the easiest way I found to apply this stuff was with it's got like a white sponge that comes with it, and I just dabbed it in there, painted it on, and then kind of dabbed it so it didn't look like it was painted on. I did 2 coats of that, So we'll see how it ends up, but I am curious. If you guys know of any good leather dye or if you're experienced in that, please comment down below what I should try. I feel like I would really like a type that I can put in a spray gun and spray on, because I really like painting like that and I feel like it gives a lot smoother of a surface. So yeah, let me know if you know of any kinds like that and maybe we'll make a video trying them. But this stuff did seem to work really well. It looks nice, at least. So I'm letting that dry right now and we'll see when I install them kind of how they end up. Next, another common thing on these cars is I went through and I replaced the climate, it's not the climate control, it's the vents right on the main trim piece. You know what I'm talking about, they break. These ones were completely smashed somehow, and for this I actually went and I found them on Amazon. And they fit really well. The fear with pieces like this from Amazon is just that they won't fit. And I've had plenty of things that I've ordered on Amazon that don't fit. But if you check the reviews, usually if it's got good reviews, it fits good. And all of this stuff did. So, and then the last thing that I actually did on here, I wasn't going to at first, but now that I'm looking at all of this, putting it back together, I can't stand the fact that we redid everything basically that was worn, but we didn't go through, and the start stop button is bad on this one, and then some of the climate control buttons are worn down. So this time I went online and I actually found some on Amazon, so that's where we ordered those from, and when they get in, I'll show installing those. So as for reassembly, I went to Lowe's and I actually got these screws that I think are gonna work really well for putting the like plastic welded pieces back on. So all we've got to do is reline them up and then put these through, and they actually worked amazing. Like I said, this stuff kind of used to scare me because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it back on tight, but these worked amazing, and I think this is the way to do this. It's a lot of screws, but it works good. I also forgot to mention, I got a new speaker cover because I accidentally broke the one on the driver's side when I was removing the seat to clean under it. I couldn't find that anywhere, so what I ended up doing is I found one on Amazon and it fit pretty good. So I got a new one of those and put that in as well. And with that, we went from having an old beat up 15-year-old BMW to the fancy German supercar that we all want to have. And I'm just glad that we can finally now rub our handles without getting sticky.